So let's get it started. My name is Julia. I'm a co-founder of S2B ecosystem. And today we will talk about website design. We want to share a new perspective on it. And I invited my friend, Timothy. And Timothy, I want you to introduce yourself because you have really big background and something to tell about.
Yeah, well, I'm Timothy. I'm from Sweden, but I live here in Valencia in Spain. And what I do is I build websites mostly for coaches and solopreneurs to help them get more clients and leads through their website and online presence. And I also coach them to set up their frameworks online to grow organically. So that's, to put it shortly, that's what I'm doing mainly most of the time.
Okay, gracias. I will explain why I invite Timothy, because we met on Valencia Entrepreneurs events. And what I noticed, Timothy is really focused on making website, not only just to have website, but he's focused on making really a strong sales tool and to use website not only like a board in the center of the city, but to help people to sell their products via website. So let's go for questions. I'm
Do
so
it.
nervous about online English video, so I will read.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, it's challenge. I need to challenge myself. So websites always or often, websites are seen as a necessity tool for business. So when people want to go for business, they start with website and logo. But I thought about this idea, and I think if we will use website as a super smart CV, or super smart tool to present digital footprint. Because when we talk about investments and investors, of course, it's really important to have this visible background, and visible reputational digital footprint. And I got this idea about website. If we will use this as a portfolio or something like this, what do you think about this idea? Probably it's
Uh,
fun and crazy.
Yeah, no, I remember when we started talking about it, and as I mentioned, like I haven't launched it yet, but I just started with a service similar to that as well. I'm building the first beta version of it right now for the first client testing it out, where it's more for employees or people searching for jobs and stuff like that to have their landing page. Because I believe in having a personal brand today. It's very powerful, even if you don't run your own company or have your own business or whatever. Even if you are an employee or a scientist or whatever it might be, having a personal brand is a very powerful thing. So be able to showcase what you're doing, the value you bring, and the skills that you have, being able to showcase that in a professional way, I think that can make a really big difference, because then you can show the potential investors, the potential employees, what type of value you can bring to the table.
Yeah, from the field, what I see, for example, scientist works for huge, big company. And of course, he or she follows like marketing tools, is accepted in this company. But when these people, what I see with my clients, when these people want to start their own business, it's nothing about background, their own thoughts, just something like repost from company events or something like this. And I see that it will be really useful and helpful for such people who want to switch roles from scientist to business maker, to have this portfolio, to have this own background, even if you build career in a super big company. So it's really my congratulations, your first client on this field. I hope amount of people will start to build their own story. I mean, digital story, via website.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's talk about website as sales tool. because you know, from the field, I see we need website to just for website, because everybody had this website and we want to. And it's like golden standard in business. If you have company, you need logo and website. But what I saw in your area, in your approach, you try to use website to sell products. Please share your point of view and your ideas about this, and probably you could tell about 3 common mistakes people make when they build websites.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, so most websites, as you say, yeah, all businesses need a website, but most websites today that I see and that I started seeing when I started doing this professionally as well, and what I wanted to change was that a lot of websites are built just like a pretty online billboard. It's just there to showcase that they're existing. And websites can do a lot more than that, and they should do more than that. It's a big part and can be a big asset in your marketing and your online presence if it's built correctly. And there goes a lot of things into the website as well, like the copywriting and different components and for marketing tools and stuff like that, that not a lot of people are taking advantage of. And it's a crucial part. So that's what I started to learn a lot more about when I started this, the copywriting, sales psychology, cognitive biases, and stuff like this that goes into good websites. And there's a lot of great web designers and the graphic designers that can build beautiful things, but they don't know about these like marketing as aspects. Which, yeah, those are the foundations for a good website that actually do something beneficial for you, more than just showcasing that you're existing. But they tend to both confuse people or not call people to take some type of action, usually to book a call, become a lead, or buy a service or product or whatever it might be. And some of the common mistakes I see is, yeah, it's about this. First of all, it's the language on the website, the copywriting, so to say. A lot of people use jargon language that's like very niche in their industry that not everybody might understand. For example, we're talking about scientists here. They might have their specific technical terms for different things, and if an investor comes, they might not understand what they're talking about because they're very passionate and they love to talk about what they're doing, but not everybody might understand it. So it's you need to simplify the copywriting and make sure the copywriting is written for the right people. You need to know your ideal client or your ideal visitor, investor, whatever, the people that you're targeting on the website. You need to make sure that you speak directly to them. So you need to know them, you need to know their pain points, what the outcomes they want to have are. So be very clear in how you speak on the website. Don't use complicated language. Don't use very long paragraphs. That's also a big mistake I see very often. People have very, very long paragraphs. Like on the homepage, there's an about section in the second section that's very long about your whole history and background that nobody really wants to read.
Nobody
Uh,
reads.
yeah, and talking too much about the features of the service or product instead of the actual result that they can give, the benefits and outcomes, and that's what people care about. That's what they want. People don't really care. For me, I'm a web designer. They don't really care about the website. They care about the result it can bring. So they don't care about if I say, oh, I can build you a website with 5 pages and this and that, and it's like nobody cares. They want to know what outcome it brings them, like what can it help them with. Another mistake is trying to reinvent the wheel. A lot of people try to be too creative and try to create this website that looks fantastic and it's really cool. It's futuristic, uh, but then visitor comes on there and they don't really understand where to go, where to click, what they should do on the website because it's just too complicated. It might seem very clear to you because you built it or you were the mind behind the ideas, but keep it simple, keep it user friendly so people understand this is what I'm supposed to do there. Uh, this is what it helps me with. This is what I do to take action. This is where I click to come here. If I click here, I will end up here. Because people tend to overcomplicate things a lot and they don't really understand it themselves because it's clear to them, but usually not to everybody else. Um, and obviously, another mistake I see is that people are not using the right components for their to use the website as a marketing tool. For example, I work mostly with coaches and solopreneurs, so that for in a lot of niches, but especially my niches, it's to not use a proper lead magnet, to not writing blog posts, and I can see that for scientists as well, to post like their articles that they're writing and
About me. That's
yeah, stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot of common mistakes that I see every day, but those are some of them.
yeah, and sometimes it sounds like president's speech. So not dialogue with customer, but all about me, our team, our technology, and blah 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 blah. So, but what about trends? If now we are in 1 month before New Year, tell us some practical operational level tools and trends, colors, fonts. What trends do you see in the future if we talk about website design?
I don't really see trends in colors and fonts in that much. More than the colors. Obviously, everybody uses different colors to reflect their brand. I think you should be thorough with which colors you pick for representing your brand, because all colors have different psychological meanings. That's why the big brands are picking their colors very thoroughly, because all the brands represents different feelings that you feel when you see the colors. But I've seen a trend to have like the colors a little bit pastel, like a little bit light and soft for the eyes. Otherwise, yeah, I think go with something that represents your brand and yourself. Not too bright colors. When it comes to the fonts, I would say have fonts that are clear, because a lot of people same with the mistakes, they like to use fonts that are very creative, like that looks like handwriting and stuff like that. And it might look cool and looks nice, but it can be very hard to read. If you come to a website, you want to be you need to know exactly straight away what problem that person can solve, how it will make my life better, and what I need to do to take action. And if they have to struggle to even read what it's saying, like that's obviously not good. But for other trends, I see like one thing, yeah, I covered a little bit with the mistakes, is that people don't, when it comes to the big paragraphs, people don't really read websites that much. If you have long paragraphs, they don't have the time to read. We have a very low focus span. We have very little time because everything is so fast paced in today's society. So the trends I'm seeing there for websites is to keep it as short as possible when it comes to the copywriting, and to make it as clear as possible. If you can describe the benefits and outcomes very quick and easy so people can scroll and have it scannable, like, yeah, you need to have different sections, but make each section as scannable as possible. So you have the hero is the first section of the website. It's called the hero. So there you quickly portray what problem you solve, how to make my life better and how you take action. And then you keep on going, you address the pain points. So you maybe have a short intro about yourself and the benefits and outcomes, but it all needs to be very scannable. So when you scan or when you scroll, you don't have to sit and read a lot, but your eyes can just scan it pretty quick and still realize what type of value this will bring to my life.
Yeah. But I always have question about big changes in logo or website design, because when I look at Coca-Cola, Apple, this pen, I saw a joke on socials, I don't know, on Facebook probably, big pen, this pen big, and I saw picture, and for example, 1950 big pen, and 2020 big pen. The same, no change.
Yeah.
So
When it comes to the logos as well, like I said, everything is very simplified. Everything is very, very simple, just like with the text and everything, like very simple. The logos, if you look at the big brands today, at their logos, you look at Apple and Nike and all of these brands, their logos are very simple. They shouldn't be very complicated. Like the old logos back in the days, they had a lot of small details, a lot of different colors, gradients, and stuff like that. Today it's very simple. I have a guideline for logos that says it should be printable anywhere and still recognized. You should be able to print it short.
From long distance, yeah.
Exactly. You should be able to print it very, very small on a t-shirt on your chest and still be able to see it very clearly that, oh, this is the logo. Without the logo, if it's like small details and stuff, you won't be able to see it. You need to be able to have it in your, like the favicon, you know, when you have the tabs on your browser, you always see the small logo. So it should be very clear, and even if it's big or small. When you have a simplified logo that's not have a bunch of different colors and a lot of different details, that makes it a lot easier on all those to check off those boxes. So keep it simple, both with the design, the logos, the copywriting. I think that's one of the major trends across all the different aspects and the different industries, and yeah.
But we had this challenge with S2B. Because we discussed logo with my partner, and he was for this logo we have now, and I found beautiful logo, like woman, you know, amount of dots.
Yeah.
I thought about this logo, I don't know, a week, and I look from on this logo from long distance, and I understand that nothing is understandable. You know, my dots sounds like just yellow, you know, something. And for these more clear things for logo for S2B.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't become very, very practical when you have all those small details and small thin lines and stuff like that. So yeah, keep it simple.
I asked myself, okay, if we will go for, I don't know, taking part in exhibition with this logo, is it visible or not? How it will sound on a t-shirt or something like this?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's talk about marketing strategy. Because, you know, what I see, the common mistake, strategic mistake, I think so. When people start company with logo and website, and after they have, I don't know, epic fail with sales, and after they will start think about marketing strategy, PR strategy, tone of voice, or something like this. What do you think about this when you work with your clients? Do you start with strategy, you know, not with logo?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can have the logo in there as well, but the strategy is the more important part. That's your foundation. You can't build a house by starting building the roof. You need to have the foundation laid first, and that's the strategy. You need to have a proper plan. You never start doing anything without having a proper plan. The same goes with your business, especially with your business or anything related to it. You need to have a proper strategy, and even to be able to put together a proper website, you need to have those strategies in place. You need to know your offers in and out. You need to know your marketing plan so you can implement that on your website with the messaging that you're putting out, with the copywriting, with your lead magnet, with your offers, and what type of funnel you want to take people through. What's the journey you want to take them through. So the strategy is the foundation for everything. If you don't have a good strategy, you just throwing things out there and see what sticks, and that doesn't really work very well in most cases. So having a proper strategy, like that's
and financial
and
goal.
always we say in Sweden. Sorry.
Financial goal too, because you know, if we talk about unit economy, of course we'll calculate the cost of every lead, and we need to understand what we want, you know. And when I think about strategy, marketing, PR, or business strategy, I understand that we should have point B and point C. Because to attract 10 customers, it's one story. To attract 10,000 customers, you need different tool to use to make it real. So I really appreciate your approach, and thank you. I think probably you start with designing new golden standard for web design companies.
I like that.
Yeah. I like your probably Swedish approach probably it's your DNA, and I think it's really smart, and it's really helpful for businesses, because of course when people, businessmen or scientists, when they go for logo and website, they have a big hope. But, I work with them and they tell me, Yulia, we will create a website and we will hug the world, So
Yeah.
I really appreciate your new approach, and I hope you will create this new culture, how to start with website designing. And it's not about just please create something and we will win this world. So thank you so much for your time, for involving in S2B project. I hope for our scientists, businessmen, this video will be super useful.
Yeah, my pleasure, and thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Have a nice day. Us a little bit frio.
Yeah, a little bit, but yeah, you too. Thanks, and I hope to see you next week.
Yeah, thank you so much, Timothy.
Thank you too.
Nice day.